Hello, and welcome to another Top 5 here at MacGuffinPodcast.com. I am Brandi.
And I'm Allen.
Today we are going to be talking about our top 5 films or franchises where we would like to see another entry. A sequel or another sequel. We feel like the story could go more interesting places. We're not quite ready to let go.
We can't let go. Want to see more.
Yep. More. I mean, usually sequels not so great in a lot of cases. But sometimes they're awesome. And
sometimes they are. Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
All right. So we don't need to talk too much about my number 5 because I've already talked about it on like 2 other top 5s.
Okay.
But it's True Lies. They talked about making a sequel to this, and it was like all set up, and then Schwarzenegger had to go and get himself elected governor of California, and they like canceled the whole thing. Is that why?
I think it's
Spencer
September 11th.
says because of September 11th and terrorism. I don't think you need to go that way for another True Lies. Like they could they're spies. Like they could do whatever.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis in their golden years of spydom.
I still want them to do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I think it would be great. And now Eliza Dushku is herself like pretty established as being able to kick ass. So she could be. It could be family business.
I'm sure Tom Arnold would love the work. Yeah, absolutely.
I would love to see Tom Arnold again too, like in something where I know he can be funny.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
let's move on to my number 5. My number 5 film. Or series, I should say. I would actually like to see another entry to the Millennium Trilogy.
Okay.
These are the films like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl Who Played with Fire, and The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. I just feel that the character of Lisbeth Salander is just really, really interesting, and her relationship with Michael Blomkvist. I don't know if I'm probably killing that name. Just I don't know if you saw the last film, but there's just so much more that they can just keep going with. Unfortunately, I heard that the writer is dead, so I don't know if we'll ever see another entry into that. But of course, there's the David Fincher remake that's coming out.
I think it's very possible that we will. There are manuscripts that have been not published yet, and his partner, who doesn't, I don't know, there's some issue with her not having the rights to things because they weren't actually married, but she has come out and said that she actually helped him write a lot of the stuff and is prepared to finish the unfinished manuscripts. I don't know. I've never read any of them or seen any of them. But I just
well, I mean, they're definitely something to check out. So, I mean, if David Fincher and all of them are willing to remake the first film, I mean, it has to have some
I'd
sort
like
of,
to see it before the remake comes out.
Yeah, absolutely.
My number 4 is one where I feel like they've been kicking around the idea lately, and it sounds really weird, but I am all for it. I hope it's not just like an internet rumor and that it actually comes to fruition, and that is that I would like to see another Bill and Ted movie. Honestly, I'm a pretty big Keanu apologist, and I would love to see what middle-aged Bill and Ted would be like. I mean,
where would they even take the story? I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, they went back in the past. They went to the afterlife. I don't really know where else they can go. I mean, it would
space. Be yeah, Bill and Ted in space, maybe.
Yeah, the kids. Oh, Bill and Ted and their kids.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean
I just think
if it happens, I'll be in line to watch it.
Supposedly the rumor is that Keanu would do it, but again, like this is just me and the internet speaking.
Yeah. Cool. Very cool. All right, let's move on to my number 4. Speaking of golden years, my number 4 film that I would like to see another entry of is Indiana Jones.
I think they're doing it, right?
I don't know. I haven't heard much, but you know what? I do not want the last image of Indiana Jones
to be shuffling out
of a church, getting married. I do not want the last
they could
film
at least
to
have him
incorporate
right off into the sunset
a
or whatever,
spaceship the size of a city coming out of the ground. I do not want the last Indiana Jones film to have Shia LaBeouf swinging through the vines with CGI monkeys. Please, I mean, even if Harrison Ford is pushing almost 70, 80 or something like that.
Yeah.
I just want to see a good last Indiana Jones film.
I think he can do it. I think he still has good performances left in it. I don't know if you saw Morning Glory, but he is great in that film. Obviously, it's not an action film, but he's not lost the ability to command the screen at all. And I would like to see it as well.
Rumor is Harrison Ford wants to die in it.
Yeah,
Harrison Ford wants to die in
Harrison
it?
Ford wants Indy to
Wow,
bite
for the next
dust.
one? That would be really interesting. That would be really interesting. I don't know if I can handle seeing one of my childhood heroes biting the dust, but I don't know. I just don't want Kingdom of the Crystal Skull to
I think
be
a lot of
the
people
last film of that
feel
series.
kind of the
so-
same way, but then they're scared of what if it would be like even crazier.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, all right.
All right. My number 3 is one that I think Spencer and John have talked about how they'd like to see a third one of this before, and that is Gremlins.
Yeah.
We got clapping.
Yeah, we're getting clapping from Spencer. Mad
Because
approval.
I mean, the first one is a great horror comedy. The second one is a great horror comedy with like
Just
you know
great
a
horror
slightly
comedies, like,
different
all
tone
around.
as well.
Yeah.
But like it's more on the comedy side. I think the second one, but like I just think it's so fun and like
They are,
where's Joe
yeah.
Dante been? Like he needs to
What's he been doing? Where you at, Joe Dante? Come on.
get in there. Show him how to make a movie without having to have CGI creatures.
Oh, that
you
would
know?
suck. CGI Gremlins?
Yeah, I mean,
Good
obviously,
God.
we're not saying CGI gremlins. We want to go back to the way that the other movies were made. I think there is a market for another Gremlins film, and I'm still hoping that it'll
I'm in that
happen.
market.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think everyone of our generation
Yeah.
is pretty much in that market.
Very cool.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, let's move on to my number 3. My number 3 is actually already in the process of being made.
Oh,
I would like
lucky
to
for
see
you.
another James Bond film.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Daniel
easy
Craig's
pick,
James Bond.
obviously. Daniel Craig, I think, has proven with the last 2 films that he is a good James Bond. Interestingly enough, the next one I hear is going to be directed by Sam Mendes. Right?
Which is
so that's going to be
interesting.
really interesting. I don't know. It'd be kind of funny to have a little bit of American Beauty in there with James Bond, like in the suburbs.
some really like
and, like,
cerebral action scenes with like
in a relationship, and he has a lot of angst, and he's just really upset.
Jarhead.
he did Jarhead.
Jarhead, yeah, and
All right.
So I mean, obviously, you know, James Bond, great series, and hopefully we'll see the new one fairly
Yeah,
soon.
supposedly MGM's finally gotten their shit together on that one.
Finally,
so.
right? Yeah.
All right, my number 2. I actually haven't seen every
Oh.
entry in this series yet, but I just saw the first one pretty recently, and I've been trying to gun through them because I think it's really great, and that is that I would like to see another Dirty Harry film.
Another Dirty Harry, huh?
Yeah, I've been really into them, and again, like I haven't seen the last couple yet. I know that they sort of like they fall off in quality a little bit, but I think Harry Callahan is an amazing character, and I know Clint Eastwood is super old.
Speaking of golden years,
he is like he's my main person right now in Hollywood that I'm really worried might die soon. He's like 82 or something. Like every time I like see his name somewhere, I'm like, oh my god, nothing happened to Clint Eastwood, did it?
Clint Eastwood, Brandy's very concerned. You should go to the hospital to get yourself checked out.
I'm gonna be really, really distraught, and I would love to see like Harry has to come out, because the last one was in '88, and like. I would love to see like senior citizen Dirty Harry. I really legitimately would.
Again, if this was 1990, I'd be right there
Well, I
with
mean,
you.
he
But
managed to be pretty badass in Gran Torino.
that's true. But I mean, Dirty Harry badass. I mean, that like.
They're
just a
not
lot
like
of
super
gumption.
actiony films, though. A lot of it is just him being like, ugh, like
Yeah.
rolling his eyes at corruption and
I
then
think-
being corrupt himself.
I think he's more focused on being the director. I don't know if we're ever going to see him in front of the camera anytime soon, but
Well, I'm just saying that I wish.
one can wish. Yes, absolutely. Okay, let's move on to my number 2. My number 2 film that I would like to see another entry of is actually of a documentary.
Okay.
This documentary is from 1994, and it is Hoop Dreams.
Ooh, good one. What a great film.
Oh my god, yeah, to me it's probably one of the best films to come out in the 90s. It's about 2 young men growing up in Chicago. They dream of becoming basketball stars, and it's just interesting. From what I read, the film was supposed to be like this half-hour, like really short thing, and then they ended up filming with them for like 5 years, and I just wonder like where they are now. I hear one of them became like a preacher, and another one like starts working with like inner city kids or something like that. It'd be really interesting to see where these guys like ended up. Yeah.
Well, plus I bet like there could be some sort of like next generation, like do they have kids that are trying to play sports
basketball,
or,
yeah, and
you know.
and what happened to like their parents and their brothers and sisters who played integral parts in the first film? I just want to see like what happens to those guys. It'd be really interesting to me.
Absolutely,
So,
it really would.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
good one.
Thank you.
You should write a letter.
I'll write a letter to someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. My number one is a film from 2005 that in itself was already coming off of the television show that it was based off of, and that is Serenity. I know it's not gonna happen, but I mean I'm a Joss Whedon fan, and I thought that was just such a good movie, and it would be really nice because obviously those characters have more stories to tell. That said, I've read some stuff about what might have happened on the show if it had continued that I'm not super big on. There's some stuff where I'm kind of like, wow, it's a relief I didn't have to watch that craziness happen. But I definitely think that if even just like a standalone adventure of those characters on the ship, like, could be so great. Because they're just a really, really solid cast of characters and some great writers involved in that as well.
Okay, cool.
Have you seen Firefly or Serenity or any of that?
I'm going to have to confess that I have not seen them. Yeah.
I think Spencer and I are going to kick you off the podcast for that.
I know.
one.
What am
We're
I even
gonna
doing
take
here?
You out back
I don't
after
deserve
this.
to be here. Well, I will.
You're done.
I will
You're
get
fired.
to him. I know. I'm so sorry. I am humbled. Yes. Well, since I don't have much to contribute on that one, I'll move on to my number one. My number one series that I would like to see another entry from. Everyone involved have actually talked about making another one, and I would really like to see it happen. The films were directed by a guy named Richard Linklater.
Oh,
Featuring
yes.
Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy.
Yes.
And I would like to see another entry from Before Sunset
Yes.
and Before Sunrise.
Oh my god, I hope they do this. Like it would have to be another few years.
Yeah, it'd probably have to be like in the next 5 years, something like that. The last one came out in 2004.
I can't believe I
so,
didn't think of this one.
Yeah,
I
it's
love these films.
An incredible
I think
love story between these two people. I mean,
Jesse and Celine.
oh yeah. I loved the first one. I love the second one.
Yeah. I saw the first one. I was like, "This is good," Like I'll
two
watch the
people,
sequel.
like,
And
walking
the
around,
sequel
yeah.
was already out by the time I finally saw the first one.
Yeah.
Then the second one. I mean, it is an incredible film that
It
makes the
is.
first one so much better, just
Yes.
because it's so good.
Yes.
Watching them together is insane. There's a 9-year gap, I think, between the two.
9-year gap, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, their conversation throughout the second one, and knowing what happened between the time where they left out at the train station to when they meet again in Paris, just really, really interesting. And I just want to know what happens to these people. Like,
Absolutely.
do they get together? Do they separate again? What about their families?
Because
what
the
about their
ending of the
children?
second movie is so perfect for
Yes,
that, but it
yes.
leaves you so curious about where it's going to go from there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It just makes you want to see another one. So, hopefully,
I hope they do that.
yeah,
I know that
would
they
really
have
love to
said
see
like
it.
it's definitely on the table for something that they might do.
So.
Julie Delpy, Ethan Hawke. Oh,
God, yeah, I'm gonna watch those movies right now. It's just great.
If you haven't seen Before Sunrise and Before Sunset, like honestly, do it.
Yeah. Great movies.
Absolutely fantastic. All right, well that has been another edition of a top 5 here at
Yes.
MacGuffinPodcast.com. You can give us our feedback at the site. You can read a lot of other sorts of things that we've written, see other top 5s that we've done, and have a lot of fun. So please visit the site, and we'll see you later.
Peace.